Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Chris Magnuson with Street View Vagabond, and today is Juneteenth, or I should say the celebration of Juneteenth, observed Juneteenth, which is June 20th, 2022. But Juneteenth is, is in June 19th, in which Ranger of the United States Union Army came to Galveston, Texas to read Order Number 3, which shares the late news that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed 2.5 years previously, so that all enslaved people of Galveston, Texas, of the entire country, or actually the original Emancipation Proclamation was stating that those that were enslaved in areas of rebellion are actually free. So not all enslaved people were free at the Emancipation Proclamation. If you were Union and enslaved, you were still enslaved. But by 1866, June 19th, 1865, when the proclamation was read, that meant that Galveston, Texas would have been 2.5 years late in understanding that all enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, and Texas in general should have been freed. And so that's the celebration that we have today. We're observing today. And today I'm focusing on Galveston, Texas as part of the Street View Vagabond today. So I'm going to put 25 minutes on the clock today, and we're going to explore Galveston and get to know a couple of the historical sites that relate to Juneteenth as well. I'm listening to Radio Galveston, which is a online radio station coming out of Galveston. At this stage right now, it's hard to get a lot of the songs. Shazam is not cooperating with me in terms of or I should say, they're playing a lot of really obscure songs. But there's not a lot of radio stations based out of Galveston. So bear with me on that and the song of the day, and that's right thing too. But Galveston is an island that is off the coast of Texas, very close to Houston, as it's here. And we're going to focus on using the Freedom Walk tour that relates to 5 locations connected to Juneteenth history as the basis point here for the exploration space. I'm going to hit those 5 spots, and we're going to explore the neighborhoods around them a little bit, learn a little bit more about what's going on. But I do have to share, there's a really cool walking, or I should say really cool virtual tour that you should check out, and I'll put links down below this video that walks you through more of these places, and you get to meet 5 people that are giving the talk on these 5 locations around the historic district of Galveston. So we're going to do that. So we're going to hit all 5 of these stops, learn a little bit about what they are, and then also try to get as many street view shots as we can while we're looking around them. So for today's first stop is going to be Pier 21 in the Middle Passage. And so we will jump down into, this is not cooperative. There we go, there we go. All right, cool. All right, let me set 25 minutes on the clock. Wait, yeah, okay. All right, and 25 minutes, here we go. So we're going to go to here in the Middle Passage, which is going to be right in here. Middle Passage is referring to the trip. The trip makes it sound like it's a vacation, right? The actual enslavement of people in Africa and the voyage from Africa to the New World, which could include South America, could include the Caribbean, could include lots of different locations. And then also bringing the goods back that enslaved people are producing from the Americas to Europe, and then creating that triangular trade between the New World, Europe, Africa, back to the New World. And that trip from Africa to the New World is known as the Middle Passage, horrendous voyage of death and destruction. Millions of people died on that passage. Upwards of close to 30 million people died, which was absolutely atrocious. So this looks like this is the Texas Seaport Museum, tall ship. And I see here, this is the Battle of Galveston. Um, and that plaque that I'm looking for, which is the no passage plaque, um, is in this area here, and commemorating that many enslaved Africans that were brought to this part of Texas were offloaded in this location, in this area, Pier 21. And so it's a commemoration of, ooh, I wonder if that, that's cool. Take a shot of that. This is August of 2018. So some things may have changed since then. Juneteenth has become a national holiday. 2018 it wasn't. All right, so I'm going to call this Pier 21. I go back. Let me get my shot here. I go back to here. We want this marker here, commemorates Africans in Galveston, enslaved Africans in Galveston in the 18th and 19th centuries. Millions of captured Africans perished during the transatlantic slave trade. Middle passage. Okay. It's one of the 48 known ports that entered the U.S. for enslaved Africans who survived their own person. Texas Seaport Museum. Yeah, okay. All right, so the marker's housed by it. There we go. All right. So, and this video here is really cool. You should check it out. And it'll be on there too. So we're kind of in here. I'm not sure exactly where this plaque would be. And since this is 2018, there's a possibility this plaque might not be viewable right now. But let's do this. There's a lot of photospheres here. Let's see if we can't get. Let's try this one here. So this is January 2019. Got the tall ship. I'm still going to take this shot. I'm not sure this boat in particular was a slave ship, but I'm talking about bringing, again, as I said, they're one of the 48 spots in the United States where enslaved Africans were brought to offloaded. I'm going to call this tall ship. One. Got a gift shop. Okay, that photosphere. Oh, I should probably give credit for that. So let's do that. Let's say guys. Still tall ship, Pier 21. Because this was a photosphere. Let's give credit where credit's due. Thank you, Rob. Okay. What else we got? Let's try this. This could be an indoor one. This may or may not. That's a restaurant. All right, that's another shot of that same ship. Let's take that. And this time we'll do this one. CS3 photography. And we'll do tall ship Pier 21 by CS3 photography. Okay, cool. All right, I don't know if we're going to get that plaque using Street View, so I might just have to grab that, an actual shot of it. Let's go in here, historic tours. Okay, cool. We're on the pier. This is that tall ship is over there. Are there cruise ships on too? I'm gonna grab that shot. And a Boldanska. I'm gonna call this again. Township by Anna Boldanska. Cool. All right. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, here's this thing. What is this? Could be something. Could be something. Again, Pier 21 statue by Anna Bogdanska. Okay. About 18 minutes. I do want to move to our second spot. Let's say I'm going to say statue. All right, boom. So this was stop number one. We've got passage commemorating enslaved Africans that are brought to against their will to as part of the world. And we got the Strand Historic District, number two, which is the Juneteenth historical. So this is the freedom. Sorry, this is the. Actually, let's scroll down here. This is the mural. Another great video that you can check out there. We'll go over here, and I saw it was very close to here. I think it's here. Right? I think it's right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so check this out. Old Galveston Square. That's actually where the mural is. Yes, I did do a little bit of some of the guys. Look at that. Really nice. Funky building. There's for the tones. Very, very specific type of building. I'm gonna grab this shot here. Let's let that disappear. Architecture on this building is pretty fresh. Cool. Never been to Galveston myself. Sticky toes. Okay, but we are here for this mural, which is behind the trees, unfortunately, and also okay. Let's let that play. That's good. All right, we'll take a couple of shots of this as much as possible. Can. And so this is April 2022. So, I don't think this is. I think this is a fairly recent mural. Well, we'll check it out. Boom. Let's do this. And today is Mural Monday. Let's relock. And the video, if you watch it, actually describes how we have, I think the name is Mustafa, an enslaved African who was coming, forced against his will to come to the New World. And he is offloading, coming off the ship, and starting the journey towards freedom. This is Harriet Tubman. She was not in Texas at all. But the reason why she's put on the mural is because recognizing that the Underground Railroad also went to Mexico, because Mexico actually had outlawed slavery back in the 1820s or 30s, I believe. Traditionally, we think of the Underground Railroad as headed towards Canada, but the Underground Railroad also went to Mexico. So that's why she's on this mural to kind of commemorate that. It's Lincoln signing the Emancipation Proclamation. Let's see what else we can see. This is Granger with the General Order number 3 actually reading off. We lost it. See, so this is 2019. So fairly recent mural, to be honest. And then this is more commemorating modern day civil rights movement. The march continues, right? It's like a lot of progress, but yet still a lot more to go. All right, we'll call this absolute equality. Okay, and this actually, I'm gonna get this wrong, but it is the old Galveston Square, but it's also the home, and it says here, I should be able to do this. It's also the home of the new Juneteenth Legacy Project. Oh no, that's the name of that. Historical history. Oh, there's a location in there. If you go to this, okay, let's go to this. You go next. Pause him. It says in here, this is what I want to look at. NIA Cultural Center. All right. So as you can see, this is a cultural center inside that location. Pause him. Sorry, Samuel. Okay. So the NIA Historical Center is in there as well. I just wanted to check on that. Check it out. It's a really cool virtual tour. Okay. So we've got, and this was also the location of the original reading of the Granger. I think that's what it was, of the original order number 3. There used to be something at this location. Where we at? Where we at? U.S. Customs House. So where is this? Number 3. So this is the corner of Post Office and 20. What's the name of the street? Is Post Office? Interesting. Post Office at 20. There's 20. Where's the Post Office? Interesting. Boom. So we got, that's it. Boom. United States Customs House. Okay. Let's grab that shot. Let that icon disappear for a second. All right. Now, according to the Freedom Trail information and video, this is the Customs House that was a federal office that had just been built. Literally just been built. And the federal office right before this war started. And as soon as they were basically done, they threw the Confederate flag on top of it as the first flag that was flown above it. And timing, not so great in terms of that. But the significance of this for the Juneteenth trail was that, like, once the Union soldiers had come in to Galveston after 1865 and actually read General Order Number 3, they actually set up shop in this building, took it over, put the United States flag back on this federal building, and there was a print shop in there. And so in that print shop, they not only printed the Emancipation Proclamation, but they also printed what's called amnesty notices that people sign. So basically, if they fought in the Civil War against the Union, they now took an oath to their allegiance to the Union, and giving amnesty. So the significance of this is the federal building, Union troops set up in order to spread the word. Let me take a picture of this. Oh, okay. So I think this might be interesting. What's this? 1960, 1957. I don't know if I can use it, but I don't know if that's a good thing on social media. 1857. But I highly encourage you, if you are still watching this video, which I doubt anybody is, but if you are, definitely check out the links below in this video that take you to this website for the Galveston Freedom Trail. You got to check it out for yourself. I am playing telephone tag here, so I'm sure some of my facts will not make sense. Okay. Sense a little bit of what Galveston's like. I'm going to go up here, and I think it's stop number 5. No, stop number 4 is Reading, which is on Broadway, 21st. So let's see if we can travel down there. It's got about 9 minutes. I thought I saw a church up here that I thought was Reading. I thought that was Reading, but I don't think it is. It's interesting. It's cool. But no, this is not the chapter. Let's go down to Broadway, see what we can find. Lots of churches in town. Greek Orthodox Church. Those palm trees. Those are pretty sweet. Look at that. It's an interesting. This is parking garage to the public building. And this is all taken in 2019. Got some great bike lanes going on here. Probate office. Look at that. Look at these buildings, these houses. these are fresh. What happened? 2016. So for Street View, I definitely kind of explore the place, get a sense of what's going on. But I got a segue to it. Excuse me. I'm going to take this as my goodbye. I'm going to assume we probably learn a little Juneteenth history here, maybe. Checking out the town. I don't know. We'll call this goodbye. Goodbye. I always pick a few people on Street View. Give some love because, Street View, we're capturing folks on the daily. Okay, here's Broadway. Okay, this is Broadway. You want to go down to 20. Is this it? This is it. This is it. I'm reading chat. I did post this yesterday in terms of what's going on. So Reedy Chapel, again, not only when the Union soldiers and the color regiment that was actually that came into Granger, or sorry, Granger read the order as the leader of the color regiment, but as they came into town, they took over that federal building eventually, and also printed out those proclamation, and also all the NSC thing. But they posted the proclamation here on Reedy Chapel, and then January 1st, 1866. So this was June 19th. 1865 came, put the Emancipation Proclamation here on the doors of this chapel, which isn't the original because I think it burned down. And then posted the Emancipation Proclamation on the doors. And then in January of 1866, was one of the first public celebrations of Juneteenth. So they started a march to the church to celebrate, and that's done today over and over again. So sort of a tradition celebrating it. So now this chapel is not significant because one of the earliest places where people can learn about that Emancipation Proclamation. It also became one of the first places to celebrate and commemorate this event in town. So that's the significance of Reedy Chapel. And let's go to 1859 Ashton Villa, which looks like it's right down the street. It's 24th, between 24th and 23rd, which I think is this one. Because this is 20th. So what we got up here? This is 21st. So we got historical district. This is taken April of 2022. They're so cool. Let's see here. Pretty descriptive. This is why my historical tour skills are pretty weak. I don't focus on the details so much. Houses. All right, this is streets. This is Broadway. This is a historical area. Street. 16th. I don't know, right? What? You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that. Where's this? 19. All right, so we go past Reedy Chapel. And Donut Palace, come on, man. beautiful. Oh, there's another one. I still got to get in my kind of street view habits here. We're learning about a new place, learning about Juneteenth, Galveston, Texas. But we're still here for the street view fun too. This is good stuff here. This is not on Freedom Walk Trail. Well, technically it is, but it's not one of the stops. It's this carriage house rentals. Oh man, there's old cars. All right, this will not be the mural of the day today, but what it offers us here. Transportation here. Yes. That's an old time. Oh, is it like tours with old cars? Interesting. Let the icon go. No idea if this is connected in terms of, I did this once before. I was doing for Black History Month, but it's like taking shots, and this is not an historical tour. It's like, it's just, I know this is not a significant connection to Juneteenth. Also sensitive to the fact that, like, you know, what if I'm including something on a Juneteenth thing, which is like this really racist background for that. All right, I got about a minute left. I want to get to, what is this? The 10 Commandments. We'll put that up there. The 10 Commandments. Put that in town. And then we'll do I want to get to the last stop on this freedom trail, which is this, the Ashton House, which is where there is a statue of Al Edwards. Ashton Villa, I think it is a national park, and it might be in the gardens, which might not be accessible. The street view. So Al Edwards was a state representative from the Houston area who introduced legislation back in 1979 to make Juneteenth a state holiday. It was voted on and adopted in 1980. Ashton Villa site. So, but and let's see if we can find a shot of him. So my time is almost up. I got 7 seconds left. I'm gonna do it. Oh, maybe it's in the back. Ooh, maybe. All right, that's my timer. That's 25 minutes, and we have completed the Freedom Walk tour of Galveston, which is Freedom Walk of Galveston. But it does not look like I'm going to get a shot of she must be inside the gardens there. Nothing in there. All right, there's one more chance. There's an open gate. Be over there in the corner. Where is this? This is May 2022. So is that it? That's him. Yeah, see that? There's his head. Oh, he's really tall. That's wild. All right, we got him. Here, I'm gonna get this shot here. Wow, that's really hard to see. So his head is here. He's holding up the proclamation. He must be like 10 feet tall. That's cool. Actually, So, okay, cool. So this has been the Freedom Walk tour of Galveston, Texas, in celebration of Juneteenth. And we went to 5 different spots in the historical center. This was not an overview of Galveston, in total. 25 minutes, a short period of time. We got a chance to explore a little bit. I'm gonna jump off here and also try to look for some funny finds and some other things and keep listening to the radio in order to try to put together a playlist for you. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.